Okay, I think most of you will remember this. Well, this is one of the two that I brought in again. This is our Dwarf olive, and we're in the middle of July. This has been pruned many times already this year, but it's back, so I'm going to go ahead and do a quick trim and tidy up. So anyway, this is the Dwarf olive. Okay, now other than cutting these long ones off, we're very carefully pruning each one. This is now nicely done, and we want to pay attention to great details. Well, at least in theory. Not that I always follow my rules, but what can I say? See, just take it slow and easy, one at a time. Make sure you don't end up with a cut leaf. Okay, here we go. I think this one and the other one, I usually do two together. And probably one of my best documented processes from, if you look back, these were in a 15-gallon and kind of growing wild, and the steps necessary to get to this point. So please go ahead and backtrack and check it out. Okay, so let's take a look before I get started. Basically, this is our Dwarf olive. I wonder if this is the front. Well, it doesn't matter. You see both sides. Anyway, so this is going to be fine-tuning. So I'll go ahead and get started on this one. Okay. Okay, now it's cleaned up. I think this is one of the most followed up of my projects. I think if you go back 4, 5, 6 years, you could see where I got started as a big, rough 15-gallon material that was growing in the ground. So you could see what I did throughout all the steps. It's almost there. I think going to be one of my more perfect of the bonsais. Looking at the other side, massive root flare. Go ahead and do the movement, and perfect taper. Now, there's a wound in here. It's almost healed over, plus this is going to cover this up right here. And right in here is a massive cut. Well, that's the only way that you could get this thickness and this branches, right? By cutting off something big. But now it's being camouflaged with all this foliage, so you don't see it. So, these are the things that you gotta do, either have it healed or hide it in a very natural way. I was working on this, I had this thought. What if I take this whole thing off here? But if I take it off right now, it'll be too much space in between here. But if I take this off and make this so that it gets higher in here, right? So it takes up this space with this gone. That might work. Or the other thing is, if I take all this off, take this branch and drop it in its place. That might be interesting too. So, you know, even this finished product always have a different future if you want to do it. I'll probably do nothing because it looks pretty good, but those are some of the things that I think about when I'm working on these. How can I make it even better? So, as I get ready to leave you, think about that. What if that branch was gone and the lower branch got bigger and a little bit more height in the middle right there? That could work. But for now, I think this is one of my more perfect ones that I made. Those of you that's been following me, you saw the big olive, wild olive that was sold off. That was perfect. This one is a dwarf olive, and it's getting very close to that point. So I could see perhaps in the future you won't see this because it might be gone. I usually try to do this goodbye old friends, but sometimes I just don't have time to shoot it when they come with the money, right? So anyway, this to me is one of my more perfect ones. And I'm quite happy how it turned out, and the fact that you could actually see the progression of how we got here, I think it's really one of those big pluses. That's the problem I saw with books, that you could not do this sequence. Well, one, it takes too long, unless they had the foresight to shoot the pictures every so many months. Anyway, this is the 2 dwarf olives that is coming right along, being one of my best. I think I told you in the past, everything I have here is for sale. But this too, when it comes out nice as this, you better have a very deep pocket. And those of you that want to find me, I'm in Northern California, in the little town of Newcastle. And if you go to downtown Newcastle, you won't find me because I'm in the rural part. Anyway, on your Google search, look for bonsai nurseries in Northern California, and there's only a few of us, so we all will pop up. Anyway, I'll see you again real soon in another chapter. So when looking, look for Matsuda Bonsai Nursery. And this is Hiro saying goodbye.